Whoa, Scooby-Doo! Welcome to What the Mother! I'm Boogie.
Breezy. You're insane is what you are.
Oh, that I am.
Oh,
That I am.
yes, yes. So how are you, my dear? How was your weekend?
It was good. Memorial Day weekend is supposed to be the kickoff to summer. I look at you with your little What the Mother mug.
I what the mother mug, what the mother
I
sticker
grabbed
on the
mine, but
microphone.
there's nothing in it. I was like, I'm just gonna go like this from time to time. But I
That's
do have
right.
water in my water bottle with my What the Mother sticker. And look,
Look at
oh,
you.
hello
I
on the
know.
microphone. Hello.
Hello,
In a good
lady.
time.
Uh-huh.
Yes, so Memorial Day weekend, the weather was kind of wonky,
Yeah. Yep.
right?
Hmm.
I mean, it was raining, it was hot, it was cold. It was kind of like our menopause. A little,
All
it
over
was
the
good. It was
place.
good. My son had a tournament, and we saw a college with my daughter. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it. That's bananas.
I know. It's like they say, don't blink
I know.
because when you do, they're off to college.
There's that saying, what is it? The years go slow, but the nights go no. The nights what's the saying before I butcher it and hurt myself? Do you know
I
the
have no,
saying?
no.
All right, wait. Let me try again. The nights go slow, but the years go quickly. I butchered that, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, before you know it,
Exactly.
they're adults. I mean, I was just saying, I was just wiping your ass, and then before you know it, you'll be wiping my ass.
If you're lucky and they
It
don't
comes
just
full
throw you in a
circle.
home.
She'll hire somebody,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they won't even wipe me right, just like when they were
No.
little.
And then you'll be like, it's front to back.
I'm like, my ass is itchy. Hello, ring a little
Where are the
bell.
wet wipes? Use the wet wipes. What are we doing? How did we get on ass wiping?
Can I
I
get
don't
a
know.
bidet, please?
A bidet. Can I just tell you? So, friends of mine, close friends of mine, redid their bathroom a few years ago. And last year I walked into it and I was like, whoa, it's beautiful. And I sat down and they have the fanciest toilet bowl I've ever had the pleasure of putting my ass cheeks on. It's
Nice.
heated. It has
Yeah.
the bidet spray, and I'm just pushing all the buttons. I'm having a good time in there. Water is shooting out all different openings, hitting my butt. I'm like, what is happening? And it was quite the adventure, but it was lovely.
They're like, why is Bracy been in there for like a half an hour?
I
What's going
know.
on?
I know. It was great. But
That's
yeah, one
fun.
day if I have bidet money, I'm getting a bidet.
Bidet money.
Bidet money.
You know you made it when you got bidet money. She's big
Exactly.
time. Hey, she's big
Exactly.
time. She got a bidet.
Oh, you know what I did this weekend? Speaking of money,
Wasted it.
I what?
Wasted it.
Wasted it. No, I did an adult thing where I went and bought furniture like as a person with my own bank account. That was kind of big for me because and not using a credit card. So in the past, when I was married, it was like we shared everything. Put things on a credit card, we had a joint account. Now I'm like single, well, not single woman, but single in that I'm not married and I have my own bank account, my own credit cards, my own this and that, and I've gotten into a routine of not using credit cards because I just want to use money that I have, debit card, whatever. And I went and bought a dresser that, get this, I don't have to put together.
I was just about to ask you, do you have to put it
Mm.
together?
I,
Is it called like foofing flocking or spooking knocking?
or Schmeekenhagen, Fleeken Fluken. No, I
And there's
actually went
always like a screw or something missing,
something
or
missing.
that little wood piece that you need somehow.
Yeah, no, I had ordered a dresser twice through Amazon a month ago, and both times there was a ton of shit missing. So I'm like, F this. I stepped it up a level, not too far away. Bob's discount, right? I feel like Raymore and Flanagan is up a few. Didn't do that. Bob's discount.
I'm a Raymore gal. Excuse
Well,
me.
aren't you fancy dancy?
But I
It's
used to be an IKEA girl for
oh
years.
yeah. I've graduated from IKEA and Amazon. It does have to be put together. However, I paid, I know, for the assembly. because I was like, screw this. And then I walked out of there and almost got sick because I'm like, I was really hoping to find something on Facebook Marketplace, but that didn't happen. So I went like a big girl and I bought a real dresser.
Or you can drive around town and just hope somebody throws something out and then throw it in the back of your car, like some people around here do.
Don't joke. I spent a day doing that. And then I
It's
realized,
strange how all of a sudden
I
I put
know
stuff out and then I go to close the gate and I turn around and my furniture's gone.
it's gone.
It's like,
That's,
how the hell do they know?
yeah, that's great. I feel like because some people, they make it it's part of their routine. Like I remember when I was younger, my mom loved garage sales and she would map that shit out. She'd have the paper out, circling things, surveying and stalking out. And like, so I think people just are on it and they know.
People are good at that stuff.
I know.
And
I
like the
know.
refurbishing wood and sanding it and
Yes.
redoing. I don't got time for that.
No, no, I do not. Speaking of time though, in the weekend, I wanted to, we were talking about what was our topic going to be today. And I really wanted to kind of dive into this stage that you're in with urine. Sorry. What am I, Beavis and Butthead? Like, what is wrong with me? Urine, Uranus. I'm an idiot. But with your daughter, like the fact that you are visiting colleges right now blows my mind. Is it, tell me all the things, make me cry. Go ahead.
It's just, well, it's a combination of things. It's what does she want to do? And, it's hard for her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she knows what she wants to do.
Yeah.
So she's like, but not all kids do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've changed my career
Yeah.
twice. So it's just like, what do they want to study? What do they want to do? Do they want to dorm? Do they want to be local? Are they going to get enough scholarship? How much is it going to cost if they dorm? How much is that going to cost? How are they going to eat? How are they going, it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of,
Decisions.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, she's probably going to either be upstate or out of state.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see. I think with her grades and accolades, she'll have a good chance of getting some type of scholarship opportunities.
That's
So,
good.
I won't have to sell my ovaries that are probably rotten by now. I'll be like, I got a kidney. You want one? How much for the kidney? I'm not a big drinker. Hey, I got a good kidney.
I feel like there's a market for rotten ovaries. I feel like there is.
I mean, my ovaries might still be okay. You never know.
Yeah. But
Pop
how are
out,
you
pop out,
doing?
a, pop out a kid with like an extra eyeball
Nothing wrong with that.
or like a fang tooth. Who's my mama?
Builds character. But how are you doing like emotionally with it? Are you good? Like are you like this is all part of life or are you slowly dying inside? Like what's
It's a
happening
combination.
emotionally?
It's a combination of both. It's a
Yeah,
combination of some days I'm like, oh my god, I'm so proud of my daughter.
right.
She's grown into such a wonderful, good human being slash young lady. And then other times I'm like, what happened to my baby? You know,
Yeah.
I used to
Yeah.
hold your little, in my arms and
Yeah.
feed you, and you would cry every 2 hours like
Mhm.
clockwork. And I was a zombie for a while,
Yep.
But yeah, it's a circle of life, I guess. I mean, was it? We just watched a thing on birds in my school, and that mama bird, she just pushes her freaking little birdies out into the wild
Right.
from like 20 feet high, and just
Mhm.
hopes they land right. And I'm like, what are they, like 3 weeks old? We hold on to these kids for like 18 years.
You know what I love about you? Is there's so many things, but I think this is about the 57th reference that you have made to wildlife and mothering and mothering like with ducks and like birds and it's hysterical.
I think it's because I'm doing this stuff with the kids in my class, and they're
Probably.
like, they're throwing out the baby out of the tree, and I'm like, circle
Yep.
of life, children.
Hold on tight.
But you think about it, we're the one mammal that is with our
Yeah.
children 18 years.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it's wild. Like my daughter is oh, I got to sneeze and it's stuck. Oh, come on. Nope, it's going to be a little asshole and get stuck in my nose. Okay.
Well, she's gonna be starting high school,
She's
right? So
starting high school in the fall, and that blows my mind. And the conversations that she's initiating with me, she's like, Mom, if, she so badly wants to perform, she loves performing arts. And now she also has a second sort of passion and interest because she's been watching a lot of like rescue 911 shows. So
yeah.
she wants to do fire and rescue. And she's a little bit of a badass. And she's like, Mom, if those two things don't work out, I'm screwed. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life.
Yeah.
And I smile a little because, you have all these
But at
years
least
of
she's thinking about
experience.
that stuff.
Oh my gosh, I know. But
Yeah.
trying to give her the support and saying, you're almost 14. Your interests, your passions and direction in life could change a few times, and that's okay. But she's so like, no, this is what needs to happen. And if it doesn't, I'm done. Like, I'm on the street. And she's
I'm on the
genuinely
street.
not doing anything bad, just, homeless, which I told her I wouldn't let her become. But the stress that she's putting on herself already
Oh
to think
no.
about, yeah, to think
Yeah.
about college and scholarships and, you know, it's just a lot. It's a lot to see. I feel badly, but I think about you with Cam, and I cannot even picture doing the college tour with my kids without breaking down every single. I would be a mess.
Well, I
I would
gotta
be a
say,
mess.
I didn't go away to college. I couldn't afford to.
Mhm.
But some of these campuses, I'm like, I want to go to college.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
so cool, and
Mhm.
everyone looks like they're like happy, and they're sitting there underneath the tree with their book, and
Right.
somebody's throwing a frisbee. I'm like, oh, this is like, where's that cool theme music that's going to play in the
Right.
background?
Yep.
And even when you ask, hey, how do you like it here? Like, oh, love it. It's great. It's a great
Mhm.
college experience. And I'm like, fucking hate you guys. I hate you guys. I had to work and go to school, and I
Right.
worked in the school, and I was a waitress, and I was living on
Mhm.
my own. And I was like, and then I would open up my refrigerator, and there was like, remember those like Tupperwares with the iced teas? I had that in my
Mhm.
refrigerator, and mayonnaise, and maybe eggs.
What do you do? You make an egg salad?
Yes,
Hmm.
maybe there was jelly. I had PB and J's a
No
lot
way.
because I was poor as hell. And these kids are like, oh yeah, with their, they have their on their iPhones, and they're all look
Right.
all happy and everything. And I'm like, fuck you guys, man.
Like, take your joy and look of hope and promise and shove it.
Scram, kid. But I'm really, my daughter wants to study medicine,
Yeah.
nurse, esthetician. I always no,
Mhm.
no.
Mhm.
Is it
That's
no?
amazing. No.
No, it's a nurse,
No, you're
anesthetist. The anesthesia. I don't know. I
an
can't.
anesthesiologist. I think you're making your own terms up.
But it's a nurse anesthetist. It's called. It's the nurse that helps
Mhm.
the anesthesiologist.
Huh.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's a really good field, and
Yeah.
she loves the sciences. She's already
Mhm.
interned before at a
Yeah.
hospital. So, she knows what she wants. She's
Yeah.
been talking about it probably since seventh, eighth grade,
Oh, wow. That's
being in the
wonderful.
medical field. And
Yeah.
she's going to do well.
Yeah.
She'll do well. I worry because she's my baby.
Of course.
But at
Of
the same
course.
time, this is
Yeah.
the way life is. And,
I
I'm not
know.
going to be around forever. And I want her to be happy, self
Mhm.
sufficient,
Mhm.
successful. And she's a good human being. So,
Yeah.
it was funny. There was a new kid on our soccer team, and his mom is a school psychologist, actually in
Okay.
our elementary school. And she's like, yeah, I don't know your kids. And I'm like, yes, because that means I didn't screw them up too badly, but they need to go see you. I said, I know that
Yeah.
sounds terrible, but I was kind of like,
No.
yeah, it's a good thing you don't know my children.
Right,
They're knocking
right,
on your door saying, look, my mom has really fucked up my life,
right.
you
Mhm.
know?
Yep.
So I said, hey, I think I'm doing all right.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
you think about it, you're like, it went by so quickly.
Mhm.
And I know you said, oh, I don't want to, I don't want to start crying and I want to get upset.
Mhm.
But you always, it's like all of a sudden it went from this was the last time I changed their diaper. This was the
Yeah.
last time I helped potty train them, and
Yeah.
I helped them. We helped them ride their bike, and
Mhm.
there's like it's those parts of your life are over in a
I
sense,
know.
and
I know.
it does hurt. It's like
Yeah.
shit. There's
Yep.
certain things I don't miss. I'm
Mhm.
not trying to be mean about it. I don't miss being a fucking zombie
Mhm.
because my daughter slept like shit. I mean, my son slept
Oh.
better, but my daughter was every 2 hours.
Mhm.
Was fine.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I was like, I couldn't
Mhm.
breastfeed. I was like trying to pump, and then I'm getting formula, and then she was allergic to formula, and she projectile vomited all over my kitchen,
Oh.
and I had to get her a specialized formula that was like $1,000 a jug,
Mhm.
and you're
Yep.
like, what the hell? I don't really miss that.
No.
I don't miss that part. I miss the
No.
sweet baby smell. I miss the cuddling. I miss being the center of their world.
Yeah.
And now I'm just a cringy pain in the ass to them
Mhm.
sometimes. I
Mhm.
mean, when sometimes they love me and sometimes they're like, oh, mom, you're so
Mhm.
annoying.
Hmm.
Or please don't do that. Or, I'm like,
Yeah.
can I get a hug? And I get like the whole,
Right, right. Like
like
wet
touching me
noodle,
is
like
like,
don't yeah.
yeah, like touching
Mhm.
me is like gross to them. I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking gave birth to you, shit. Give
Mhm.
me a hug.
Mhm.
So, things like that,
No, I
I don't
feel
miss
that.
that.
Yeah, I definitely feel that because I remember when, especially with Riley, when she was little and it was, mommy, 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 play with me, do all the things. And I remember having those thoughts here and there, like, oh, it's going to be great when she's a little bit more independent, and like, but
Yeah.
now I'm like, play with me, right? Come on. You want to go do something with me? And I felt like there was such a short amount of time where the thought of going out with me was like would make her whole face light up. And now it's
Yeah.
like, Mom, I'm sorry. I kind of want to read or, and I'm like, oh, and I just sit
Yeah.
there and I'm like, they don't want me anymore. And it breaks my heart. And then there are other times where like, Frankie will say to me, can you sing me my songs before bed? And I'm like, of course I can. Come here, my 10-year-old. Let me papoose you and snuggle you. like,
Yeah, I mean, I remember going into my daughter's room while she was playing and laying on the rug with her and playing. And now
yeah.
I walk in there and I get, what?
Yeah.
What?
Mhm.
Close my door.
The eye rolls.
Yeah, close my
Mhm.
door. Why are
Mhm.
you in here? Why are you sitting on my bed? Why are you looking at me like that? Same thing with my son. He's like, what? Why are you opening my door?
Yeah. Yeah.
And or I mean, I'm really loved when they're hungry. Then
Oh,
they really love me.
sure. Mhm.
Ma, you going to the store? Can you pick
Yeah.
me up? Oh, can you? Can you
Mhm.
this? Can you
Mhm.
make that? Oh, yeah, now you love me. I'm like, oh, I
Mhm.
can only make it if I get a hug. And then
Right.
I get,
I know.
oh,
Like you have the cooties of
yeah,
some
touching my
sort.
mother is so vile right
Yeah.
now.
Well, I love because my ex and I, we live across the street from each other and doing the whole co-parenting thing. My kids will literally go from the house to my place just to see who has the better snacks.
Oh,
And then they go through my closet and like, Mom, you got nothing we like here. All right, I'll see you later. And they go to leave. I'm like, I'm sorry. Are you just using me for like snacks at this?
you're just
Yep.
using me for my snacks.
Pretty much. But yeah, I just I find myself, especially towards the end of the school year. Sorry, I have hair in my mouth. Um, I'm an emotional person all the time anyway. Two blinks away from hysteria. And I find myself at the end of school years getting very like sentimental and very like, oh, and so that has started. So that's been fun. Where I'm like, my babies, getting ready for the 8th grade dance and Frankie who's in 4th grade, oh my God, he's gonna be in 5th grade next year, last year of elementary school. And as much as I want them to grow and get older and have their own lives and, be independent, it's like at the same time, I'm trying to grasp onto these things. Like you said, eventually they become the last time we do whatever it is,
Yeah.
you
I mean,
know?
I'm going to be
And
taking a picture of her in September. It'll be her first last day of high school.
right.
Like, holy shit,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they do say though that like we have a good relationship. Thank God I have with both of my kids. But they do
Mm,
say that it will get stronger again as they get older. Like
Yeah.
you're always gonna like look, I harass my mom
Mm-hmm.
still. I
Mm-hmm.
said, I mean, even though I'm an adult, she's the superior adult.
Mm-hmm.
She's been through more shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sometimes I'll call her up on certain things, and sometimes I'll ask her opinion on things, and you know,
Right.
and
Do you talk?
sometimes
Do you talk to your mom every day? Are you an everyday mom?
no,
No.
I text her like she has a habit of catching me at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
Like she always calls me when I'm in the middle of something. And
Right.
then I mean to call her back, and then it's late, or I'll send her a text. I'll update her on the kids. I'll
Mm-hmm.
FaceTime her from certain things. But not every day, but a few times a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
um, sometimes I just don't feel like talking to anybody.
No,
It's
I
not to be
I
mean.
feel
It's
you.
just you know.
Yeah.
I know people like I call my mother every day. I'm like, what the hell do you talk about every day?
Yeah.
Like
I
sometimes I
know.
don't even want to talk to people I live with. You think I
Right.
want to talk to my mother every
To
day?
my mom. I know. But you know what? It's funny
What about you? Are
because
you?
I'm not an everyday mommy caller. And a few days will pass and I'm like, oh crap, I haven't called my mom. And then I get these like guilty feelings because
Yes,
I think of
I've been
my
there
own
too.
kid. Yeah, but I think of my
Yeah.
own kids and I'm like, is there going to be a day where I don't talk to my son or daughter like every day? Wait a minute. They're going to go through multiple days in a row without needing or wanting to talk to me. And then I'm like, Mom, I'm sorry I haven't called you.
And I
But,
don't think
you know,
it's a terrible thing. I just
yeah.
some days I just don't even want to talk to the people I live with. So
Yeah.
why you know
Yeah. No, I
I just
know.
want to
It's, yeah.
come home after a long day. Oh,
Hmm.
look, I just finished cooking and cleaning up the kitchen.
Yeah.
After I talk to you, I'm gonna take a nice hot shower. I just want to sit on the couch, watch my Knicks.
Ah, there you go.
Go New York, go New York, go.
Check out my, nope, Star Wars. Where's Star
What?
Wars? I know. I'm not into
Go
sports.
Star Wars, go
Mm,
Star Wars,
mm,
go.
mm, mm,
And
mm,
I
mm.
just want to like scream at the television like a lunatic
Yeah.
and text a
Perfect.
few friends who are just as crazy as I am, and then go to
Hmm.
bed and either be really excited or
Right.
really fucking depressed. So it depends.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
But you know, it depends.
Uh
But I,
huh.
you know, I think, you know, getting back to the whole kids things, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just glad they chose me. I say, you know, I said,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they're my greatest gifts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been an amazing journey with them. I
Yeah.
hope they know that. And I hope that their dad and I gave them the tools they need to be happy, successful adults where
Mm-hmm.
they provide the same love, support, and encouragement to their own children.
In the arms.
You too can send your children off to college.
You are the winds beneath my wings. Fly. Sorry.
Oh, that's it. We're getting a call. Bette Midler. She's going to
Oh
curse you
my
out. The
God.
son
I
of a bitch is
can't.
butchering my song.
Oh.
Why does it sound like two dogs are dying in the background?
Oh my
A
God.
singer I am not.
Stop it.
I could dance. I just can't sing.
Oh, you can dance. You got the moves.
For inspiration. Come on.
Whew.
Oh.
Getting
But yeah,
hot.
you know, I just know that like when I talk to my own mom, I mean, my brothers and I, we
Hmm.
have good kids. We're in healthy marriages,
Hmm.
and she's happy for us. You know, like that's
Yeah.
what you want. You know,
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
there's I've seen kids have good households and be f ups, and I've
Hmm.
seen kids that have come from nothing and make really good lives for
Yeah.
themselves.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
I grew up with a friend of mine, and you know, we grew up in the same pretty rough and tumble neighborhood, and
Hmm.
she graduated Juilliard.
Right.
Her son just graduated from I think Yale or Harvard. I was
That's
like, "You're
wild.
doing your thing, girl." I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
I
that
mean,
whole like nature versus nurture, right? Like you wonder how much of it is just innately in a person and then how
yeah,
much of it is their upbringing. And, um, you know, you have some people that are in really horrific family situations and unfortunately repeat that cycle. And then
uh-huh.
others that are like, I'm going to do everything I can do not to be
Not
like
to.
that.
Yep.
It's yeah, it's interesting. I often wonder about that with my own kids. It's an interesting situation because I have one that I gave birth to and one that I adopted. And you wonder, like, how much of whatever it is it what's in them
Yep.
versus how you try to raise and support? And, so I don't know. Check in with me in like 10 years and I'll let you know.
Yeah. But no, it is true. I mean, the best compliment I ever got was a long time ago. I was working, I was going to school, I was
Mm,
waitressing, and I was working in the bursar's office of the
mhm.
college I was going to. And I was exhausted. I was
Yeah.
like 20 years old, 20, 21 years old. And I was serving this couple, and they were asking me questions about myself, and I was telling them what I was up to. And the guy goes, "You know what? You're going to be all right. You know why? Because you're a
Mm.
hustler."
Mhm.
And I was like, okay. And he's like, he goes, "You got a good work ethic and you got a good
Yeah.
head on your shoulders." He's like, "You're going to be all right." And they gave me a really nice tip. And I was like, "Thank you very much." Thank you
No, but
very
that
much.
is a nice compliment,
But it
right?
was a nice
Listen,
compliment because he
yeah.
saw that I was a heart, there's people that are given things in life and they just don't appreciate it.
Yep.
And then there's people that are given things in life that do appreciate it.
Mhm.
And, for me, like, I judge people on how they treat everybody,
Mhm.
not just the people up here, but
Right.
also the people down here.
Mhm.
Like, if you're going to be shitty to the person that cleans the toilets, but you're going to be nice to someone who's a CEO, you're not really a good person in my eyes.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I treat people how they treat me,
Mhm.
and the way I want to be treated.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'll talk to anybody, and my kids like, "Oh, are you talking to strangers again?" But I've talked to people where they've appreciated, like, especially like I've seen like an elderly person. Sometimes they're by themselves, and I
Yeah.
might be the only person they'd speak to that day.
Absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
makes a difference.
Yep. I say
And
that to my kids a lot. Like the interactions you have with others, you have no idea how that affects their day.
yeah,
You could be the only one that gives them a compliment or the only one that like invites them to do something. You have no idea the impact you can make,
yeah,
just by being like a kind human being, you know?
yeah. It finally,
Yeah.
I hit them once, and then I remember my son being like, "Mom, I really know that person appreciated you." And I was like, "Oh, I'm doing my job. Damn it,
Hmm.
I'm doing my job."
I'm
Made
kind
me
of
feel
killing
good.
this whole mom thing.
Made me feel good about
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
just, you just
Hmm.
want to raise good people. I mean,
Yeah.
am I going to cry when my daughter graduates high school?
Hmm.
Probably.
I'll cry for you. I like Jesus. Yeah.
I mean, she's my firstborn, my
Hmm.
baby. I mean, we've been through a lot together.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to probably cry more when I move her in
Hmm.
to her dorm, wherever
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
goes, and then drive away. Like, I told my
Oh,
husband, we got to do it together because there's
stop
no
it.
way I'm going to be on the road like
Hmm.
crashing into a tree because crying all over the place.
Yeah. You're going to have
I get
Sarah
pulled over and the
McLaughlin
cop's like,
turned up.
huh? The
You're going to have
what?
Sarah McLaughlin turned all the way up.
As I'm driving, cop pulls me over. He's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "I just dropped off my kid at college." He's like, "All right, go on your way, lady. Go on your way." So what happened? It showed on the dash cam. You pulled this woman over. Oh yeah, she was a hysterical mess.
Right. Right.
Kid was going to college, and I had to let her go, or else I would have had to listen to her fucking sob story.
Hmm. Oh my God. I see your posts and I see other posts from like friends that are in like that similar stage of, college tours, or even my own boyfriend. He has the one daughter that's just finished her first year. He has a son that's going into his first year in September. And I even see how he's like processing all that and
Yeah,
going to his son's last baseball game today. And his son has played baseball since like diapers. And it's like just watching him go through those emotions. I'm like, God, this is brutal. It's brutal, but it's like what we sign up for, right? You're supposed to raise them to be able to let them go. And it's awful.
yeah,
Some bullshit. It's some bullshit.
I know.
Ugh.
Ah,
Well, listen, on that note, I would love to continue this conversation, but speaking about our children, I'm realizing that it's 7:15 and my son's batting practice is wrapping up. So I actually should be on the road right now to go get him. So yeah.
So get out the house, girl.
High five. High five for parent fail. Oh God. But listen, thank you for sharing your journeys with your daughter, because I think it's just
Yes.
I think a lot of people can connect with it. And for those of us who aren't there yet, it's just like a little glimpse of the heartache that's coming up. So thank you.
Yes. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go home. I'm gonna go log off and cry into my pillow.
Go cry. Go watch your Knicks and go cry into your pillow. But all right.
Please, baby Jesus.
All right. Until next time, my dear. Save the drama for your mama.
And we'll see you soon, guys.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.